The Four Friends.
The Four Friends. By a lake in a forest, there once lived four friends. One of them was a small brown mouse. He had big black eyes and a long tail. He lived in a snug hole near the edge of the water. The second friend was a jet black crow. He lived on a jamun tree close by. The third was a tortoise. He lived in the lake and was very happy. And the fourth was a deer. She had beautiful large eyes and her golden coat had many white spots. The four of them were very happy together. They lived peacefully and no one troubled them. One evening, the mouse, the crow and the tortoise met beside the lake. They were waiting for their friend the deer. They waited for a long time, but the deer did not come. "What could have happened?" asked the mouse, worried.
"Perhaps she has been caught in a hunter's trap,"
said the crow.
"He may even have killed her."
"We must go and look for our friend," said the tortoise. "Dear crow, why don't you fly over the forest and see if you can find her?"
"Certainly,"
agreed the crow.
"I shall go at once."
So the crow flew over the forest, looking here and there for the deer. As he flew, he called out,
"Where are you, dear? Where are you?"
At last he heard a faint voice in reply. It was the deer. "Help! I am here! Help me!"
Oh, there you are, friend,"
said the crow.
"I have been looking for you everywhere."
Crow flew down. He found the deer caught in a hunter's net.
"You are trapped,"
cried the crow.
"What can I do to help you? Shall I fly back to our friends for help?"
"Oh, please do," answered the deer with tears in her eyes. "Please do something quickly." So the crow flew back to the lake. When the tortoise and the mouse saw the crow coming, they shouted, "Have you found our friend? Have you found the deer?"
Yes, my friends, I have,"
replied the crow.
"She is in great danger."
The crow then told them how he had found the deer trapped in a hunter's net. The tortoise thought quickly, "The mouse can cut the net with his teeth and set our friend free." Yes, I can. How should I get there?"
"I can easily carry you on my back,"
said the crow.
"Come on then, let us go,"
cried the mouse. He jumped onto the crow's back. Away the crow flew with the mouse on his back. They soon reached the place where the deer was. The mouse got off the crow's back and began to cut the net with his sharp teeth. Soon the deer was free. She stood up and shook herself. By then the tortoise had reached there, crawling all the way. "Oh, how nice to see you, tortoise!" cried his friends. For a while the four friends were busy talking about the deer's escape. Suddenly they heard the sound of someone coming through the forest. Was it the hunter? At once the crow flew to the top of a tall tree. The mouse hid himself in a hole. The deer ran away. The poor tortoise, however, could not move quickly. Slowly he walked towards a big green bush. The hunter arrived and saw there was nothing under the net. "Ow! The deer has escaped!" he shouted. Looking around, he saw the tortoise crawling towards the bush. "Ha! A tortoise!" cried the hunter. "There will be something at least for my dinner." He quickly grabbed the tortoise, put him in his bag and carried him off. The crow, who was still at the top of the tree, saw what the hunter did.
"Oh, mouse! Oh, dear!"
he called.
"Come quickly! Our friend the tortoise is now in danger."
At once the mouse and the deer came running to the crow, and he told him how the hunter had carried away the tortoise in his bag.
"What can we do to set our friend free?"
asked the crow.
"We must do something quickly before the hunter gets home," said the mouse. "Supposing the hunter catches you?"
asked the crow. "Oh, don't worry about that. I can run very fast," replied the deer. So the deer stood in the path of the hunter, nibbling at the grass. "A deer! A deer!" cried the hunter. He dropped the bag and ran after the deer. The mouse quickly cut open the bag and the tortoise got out as fast as he could and hid under a bush. The hunter could not catch the deer and soon stopped running after her.
Moral of the story: friend in need is a friend indeed. Union is strength.
Once a flock of doves flew far away from their home in search of food. Though they flew for miles and miles, they could not find anything to eat. Tired and hungry, they were flying over a forest. The smallest of the doves was so tired that he said to the Dove King, "Oh, King, please, can we rest a bit?" "Oh, come, little one, be brave," replied the king. "We are sure to find some food soon." So the little dove flapped his wings harder. He flew so fast that he found himself ahead of all the others. Soon he turned to them and said, "Come on, hurry up! I can see some food down there." The doves looked down and there they saw, just below, some rice scattered on the ground. "Come, my friends," said the Dove King, "let us eat." Together the doves landed under the banyan tree and began to eat the rice. Suddenly a vast net fell on them. The doves were trapped in it. "We are caught," cried the king. "What shall we do?" The next moment they saw a big fat hunter coming towards them. He was carrying a huge club. "We must do something immediately," said the Dove King, "before the hunter kills us." All the doves were struggling to get out of the net. "How can we save ourselves?" they cried. "Tell us what to do." "I have an idea," said the king. "We must act together. We shall all fly up, carrying the net with us. Remember, now unity is our only hope." Each dove picked up the net with his beak. Then all together they flew up. The hunter was almost upon them when suddenly he saw his net going up into the air. He was amazed at the unity of the doves in their effort to get away.
The moral of the story is, being together is the biggest strength.